Hello friends, welcome to the lesson 9 of vocabulary. So in every lesson we used to discuss 10 vocabulary words. So that will be the same case today. I'm going to discuss 10 vocabulary words which are useful for your writing and speaking. So the first word of today we have, that is trivial. So trivial means something which is of little significance, which is of little value or worthless. So when we talk about little, so little actually give a negative sense. It actually gives a negative meaning. So when you say of a little significance, of a little means something. But when we say little without any article, that means almost nothing. So when we talk about something which has a very minor importance, which has a negligible importance, that is trivial. Okay. For example, please don't omit any details, no matter how trivial they may seem. So when you are preparing a presentation, when you are preparing something, so here the instructions are, even if you see that information is useless, that information is worthless, at that time also you shouldn't omit it. So instead of asking useless, you would very well say trivial, right? Another example we have is, she gets completely stressed about trivial things. Even if the things she is going to think about, she is going to deal with, these things are of useless importance, or these things are of little importance. However, because of that, she gets stressed out. Okay, so she gets completely stressed out trivial things. So it could be anything which is of little importance, or basically which is of negligible significance. Right. So the second word we have, second, is deteriorating. Deteriorating is generally where we talk about something is getting worse. It might be the environment. When we say the environment is getting polluted day by day, getting more polluted day by day, so obviously it is deteriorated. When we talk about like the health of someone, health of some patient, health of a person which is not improving and it is getting worse day by day. So getting worse day by day is deteriorating. Okay, like to become worse or degenerate. So it can be someone's health, it can be about someone's performance. So when you see that they are not improving, they are basically going downwards, so it is deteriorating, right? So the example we have is, leather can deteriorate in damp conditions. So when we talk about the quality of the leather, so the quality of the leather will keep on decreasing. Decreasing where? In damp conditions. Damp is wet. When the conditions, when the environment around is moist, when it is wet, so obviously the quality of leather starts getting deteriorated. Okay. Another example we have, food is apt to deteriorate in summer. So everybody knows, like during summer season, food items or eatables generally start getting worse very easily. So that is apt to deteriorate. Apt means suitable or relevant. So that is suitable, that is relevant to deteriorate during summer season, right? Next word we have, that is predicament. Predicament is something, an unpleasant or embarrassing situation that is difficult to come out of it. So when you are in a kind of situation that is very difficult for you and you will really be working how you can come out of it, that is a predicament. Or in a simple word, I would talk about a dilemma. Dilemma means in confusion. You don't know how to go for now, you don't know how to deal with that situation, how to fix that problem. So this is what predicament. I hope the sentence will make it clearer to you. So the sentence that I have taken for this particular word is, I'm in a bit of predicament, means I'm in a bit of confusion because I have accidentally accepted two invitations to dinner on the same night. So since I cannot attend both of the dinner parties on the same night, now I am in quite a confusion. I am in dilemma what to do. Obviously I have to say no to one. Okay, and if I am saying no to one, the person might get angry, might get furious upon me. So this is how now I am in an unpleasant situation. I am in a difficult situation. Difficult, that is embarrassing at the same time, because earlier I said yes, but now I am going to say no, right? So this is something which is a very difficult situation, that is predicament. I am in the predicament. Next word we have, that is animosity. Animosity is a strong feeling of dislike or hatred. When you don't like somebody, that is animosity. When you hate somebody, that is animosity. Another word we have is hostility or opposition. So opposition, when you are going against somebody, why? Because you dislike it. Okay, so a feeling of dislike, hostility or opposition. The example to make you understand: during the match, the animosity between the two wrestlers was obvious, was explicit. So instead of obvious, you can use explicit, right? So this is the word that I discussed in the last lesson, in the previous one. I hope you remember it. So during the match, the animosity means the hatred. The feeling of hatred was visible, was noticeable between two wrestlers, because obviously they have a feeling of animosity, so that they could win. Another example we have: with the passing years, their animosity strengthened. Strengthened means increased, like anything, keep on increasing with time. So with the passing years, their animosity strengthened to the extent that they were not even ready to talk with each other on the phone. So earlier they were not in talking terms, and now it has like strengthened that much. It has reached to an extent that they are not ready to talk on phone as well. Okay. The next word we have is envisage. Envisage means predict, forecast or expect. So when you expect something to be happen, this is for future. When you forecast means if I am thinking about what might happen tomorrow, what might happen next week, what might happen next month. So whenever I am thinking about future, any future incident, so that is envisage. Okay. For example, I don't envisage working with him again. I don't expect working with him again means I cannot really think of that there will be a day when I'll be working with him again. Okay. So I hope these words are clear to you. Now let's talk about other words. Okay, so the next word we have, that is evacuate. So evacuate means remove or clear someone from a place of danger to a safer place. So if there is a danger and you are moving the people out to a safer place, that is evacuate. For example, people who live along the coast are being evacuated as the hurricane approaches. So as soon as the hurricane approach, people in the coastal areas are being evacuated, or they are being removed to a safer place. Next we have is perseverance. Perseverance means persisted determination, resolution or quality of doing continued effort. So if you find someone is really putting in a lot of efforts, and that efforts are being continuously without a break. Okay. So if someone is working hard, someone is working continuously, that is perseverance. For example, through hard work and perseverance, he worked his way up from being a teacher in a village school to the headmaster of a premium college. So earlier that person was working as a teacher in a village school, but through his hard work, through his regular effort, through his perseverance, he reached to the level of headmaster of a college. So that is the power of perseverance. Another we have is euphoria. Euphoria means extreme happiness, elation or delight. So euphoria, when there is an electrifying environment, when there is a happiness all around, and that happiness no bounds. So when you say my happiness knew no bounds, my happiness knew no bounds means I am talking about I am extremely delighted. Extremely delighted is a feeling of euphoria. For example, once the euphoria of winning the lottery has worn off. So let's say there is a situation that you have won a lottery, and that too again a huge amount of money. So if you have won a lottery, this is what you will be having euphoria. Okay, but what might happen once the euphoria of winning the lottery has worn off? Worn off means decrease to almost zero. You will be faced with the prospect of taxes and needy relatives, because once you are winning the lottery, once you have won the lottery, you have to pay taxes, then you are answerable to the needy relatives. Okay, so this is euphoria. Next is rejuvenate. Rejuvenate is to provide energy or strength, might be to renovate something, to renew something. Renew means, if I talk about that after working quite hard or after working hard from morning till evening, I felt exhausted. I felt extremely exhausted, and now I want to regain the strength. I want to renew myself. So that is called rejuvenate. I might be listening to music for that. So listening to music rejuvenates me. Another example we have, her efforts to rejuvenate her career have so far been unsuccessful. So far means till date. So till date, whatever the efforts she has been made, all such efforts were unsuccessful. And instead of unsuccessful, you would better write in vain. So all our efforts were in vain. In vain, unsuccessful. Okay. So to renovate something, to renew something is rejuvenate. Okay. So the last word of today's we have another example also. The exercise and fresh air rejuvenated me. So the exercise and fresh air, it fills into a lot of energy in me again. The last is predilection. So predilection means preference or strong liking. When you say I am fond of watching movies, when you say I am fond of taking chocolates, when you say I am fond of taking coffee. So fond of or having a strong like towards something, having a preference towards something is predilection. For example, ever since she was a child, she has had a predilection for spicy food. Means from her childhood only, she was always interested, she was always inclined towards spicy food. So that is a very beautiful word, that is predilection. So predilection is having a strong feeling or having a preference towards something, that is predilection. So I hope you have learned all such words, and these words will gonna help you to improve your writing and speaking. So don't forget to subscribe the channel, like and share the video with your friends. Keep learning with me. All the best.